Mr. Kamil Hawash, and free, free,
Palestine!
free, free,
Palestine!
up, free, free.
Palestine!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
Free, free,
Palestine!
free, free.
Palestine!
Brothers and sisters, the second speaker will be our brother from Yemeni community, Brother Marwan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam, brothers and sisters in humanity. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you. First of all, I would like to thank everyone attend today to this demonstration here in Birmingham City Centre, and also I would like to thank the organizers. I've got two messages to you guys. The first message is that I would like to remind you that the Masjid al-Aqsa is, or the Jerusalem is, the third most holy masjid in Islamic faith. That's number one. Number two, Masjid al-Aqsa or Jerusalem itself, it holds a dear place in Muslims' hearts. So by doing these kind of decisions, you are actually hurting more than 1.5 billion people. That's number one. Number two, now if we want to ignore the fact that 100 years ago there wasn't such thing called Israel, there was Palestine only. And in 1996 they started the occupation of Jerusalem, and then in 1994 there was the occupation on the whole Palestine. Even the UN plan, the Jerusalem was still under the Palestine territory. Now the occupation, when it started 1969, sorry, they moved and they went against the UN decision, and they started the occupation under into the Jerusalem. And therefore, I would like just to ask, what does Donald Trump, what the right Donald Trump have to give or to take this decision to give or to move the American embassy to Jerusalem? Thank you so much for attending today, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Brother Marwan from Yemeni community. And the next speaker will be Barrister Mr. Mirza Rashid. Thank you.
Peace be unto you all. Thank you very much. I want to say the reciter of Quran, Sahibzada Rafiq Chishti, recited the portion from Quran which is directly connected with Al-Quds. That is where from the Prophet went to his Miraj, and that rock where he tied his Burak. Al-Quds is for everybody, for Christians, for Jews and for Muslims. And then for Donald Trump to say that it is only the capital of Israel is a breach of human rights. The globe was meant to be the home for humanity, and those who are doing such atrocities and killing people in the name of occupying land and other resources of the globe, they are committing crimes against humanity. They should heed that all the world, the conscience of the world has spoken out and spoken against atrocities and inhuman actions and decisions of powerful nations. I say thank you very much to the world, and I hope that the likes of George Bernard Shaw, Thomas Carlyle and Bertrand Russell should always be born again on the British soil, so that they can champion the cause of human rights. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Barrister. And free,
Palestine!
free.
Palestine!
Do you feel shy to say Palestine?
Palestine!
Free.
Palestine!
Free.
Palestine!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Occupation no more!
Occupation no more.
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel is a terrorist state!
Israel is still a state.
Israel is a terrorist state!
Brothers and sisters, the next speaker will be Mr. Surat Dozanga from the Indian Worker Association.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Surat Desan from the Indian Workers Association, Great Britain. In the Indian Workers Association, we firmly believe, and we have always believed, that the Palestine belongs to the Palestinian people. This is the year, brothers and sisters, when the foundation stone for terrorist state was laid by the British Arthur Balfour, and when they provided the Jewish state to be established after all in the 1948. What you haven't got, you cannot donate to somebody else. This was the situation. Britain was an occupying power at that time in Palestine, and Palestine was handed over by the British to the Israel state. Israel, we believe in the Indian Workers Association, is a citadel of terror, occupying power and terrorizing brothers and sisters, Palestinian people, the Muslim peoples in that part of the world. It's a challenge not only to the Muslim people, it's a challenge to the whole world people, that we should confront this terrorist state and we should move that state out of the... I remember the words of Yasser Arafat, great fighter for the Palestinian people, and he said that if Palestine is free, he was asked, what will you do if you win freedom? He says, if Palestine is free, then we're not going to throw Jews into the sea. We will live side by side with the Jews and the Palestinian people happily ever after. Now, this is the kind of state we support in Palestine, and Indian Workers Association will continue to support that till we have got a breath in our body.
Jazakallah khair, brother. And free.
Palestine!
Free.
Palestine!
And the next speaker will be Chaudhry Rifaqat Hussain. Please.
Chaudhry Rifaqat Hussain, President of Idara Kamarul Islam, Birmingham. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected brothers and sisters, Assalamualaikum. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to the organizer of this great gathering, and a very big thanks to you all for making an effort to be here for this great protest against the vote by the Donald Trump, and for his call to allow Jerusalem to be capital of Israel. I will not make a long speech. I will briefly say that in this day and age, we Muslims are being humiliated to call and give a decision for Jerusalem to be capital of Israel. It is a edge matter for the Muslim Ummah. It is time we wake up to call and stand against the evil power. Do not forget what happened to Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan. Sorry. Okay. It will continue to open to the rest of the Muslim Ummah. We must wake up and stand on our own feet together. Jerusalem is not for just Palestine, it is for all of the Muslim world and the rest of the world as well. We must make firm plan with the respected to this situation and to carry on this protest approach right throughout all the cities, towns and countries. We thank the British government to supporting this cause and the European Union for the posing the motion called by Donald Trump. Finally, brother and sister, I urge you all to write to your MP, Minister and Foreign Secretary. We need all the support. And to express your disgust and utter disapproval of the call by Donald Trump and to protest the injustice against Palestine and all the Muslims of the world. And last, I would say this, I promise you we will all, Kabul Islam and myself, all the Money Committee, will be all there with you, shoulder to shoulder. And thank you very much. Jazakallah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Free, free,
Palestine!
free, free.
Palestine!
The next speaker